You want to learn how to hit a pin high from 60 to 120 yards? In this video, we're going to learn exactly how to do that with PGA coach James Eam. So for people who don't know what pin high means, what does that mean?
Pin high is you're getting into a same exact distance to the pin. So imagine you're hitting the ball from there, and this is the hole, and then you end up on a straight line with the hole.
Right. So, and when we're talking about pin high, is it the carry number or where the ball stops?
Both. It
Okay.
could be carry and total. Yes.
Right. Well, let's learn how to do that.
We're going to use the TrackMan performance training. So I'm going to put it as a random distance from 60 to 120.
Let's see what some issues might be for me and maybe the audience at home, and then you can talk about some fixes.
So first one is 80 yards. How do you hit 80 yards? Which club do you have?
I use gap on everything under 130.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
Oh, wow. I try to control that.
Way too much. You hit that 120 yards.
What? I try to control that.
118 yards carry.
Okay.
You literally hit that 40 yards farther just now.
So use the right club.
Oh, that looks so much better. Oh yeah. You carried it 79 yards and you see, it rolled around 20 yards.
Okay.
This is the main reason why you don't want to use a gap wedge.
Right.
So there's no stopping power there. Yeah, try the 50, what do you have, 56 or 58?
56.
56, yeah, let's give it a try.
If they're finding problems where they can't stop the ball, they should consider clubbing up.
Yes.
Okay.
They give you more height and better landing angle and more backspin.
But they shouldn't consider hitting down on the ball to just manually create more backspin?
You can create more backspin by coming down more steep, but more coming down, you steeper you get, it gets harder to hit.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that. Just,
So go with the easier way by clubbing up, clubbing down. Okay.
So you got 65 yards now. I'll aim in the middle. Okay, that you carry 63 and your total is 69. So around 60 yards carry.
Okay.
Roll out. So yeah, it's much better.
Okay.
So now we're at 100 yards. This is where you can grab gap wedge instead of 56.
Okay. Where should a 56 for average male go up
For
to?
average, around 80 to maximum 90 yards, because you have to do a full swing with the wedge, right? If you want to go with the 90 to 95 yards, but I don't really recommend going full swing with the wedge. It's because, let me show an example.
So this is the gap wedge?
Yeah, so let's just imagine this is the 56. So it's really hard to compress the ball when your loft is facing up so much. So imagine you're hitting it with the putter. So there's no way you're not going to compress it, right? But the wedge is like facing like 58 degree higher.
Yes.
So it's really hard to compress it when you're doing a full swing like this.
I see.
So you want to be using more of a less wrist hinge and more body swing like this, so you can actually de-loft the club and compress the ball to add more backspin.
Right.
Okay? So you don't want the balls to climb off the club face. It's really hard to control the ball flight when the ball is up in the air. So for this shot, let me quickly show you an example. Instead of grabbing gap 58 degree or sand wedge, I recommend just using the gap wedge and do more control swing. Instead of doing a full swing, less wrist hinge, a little more than half swing, and do you notice what I'm doing? with my
Holding
swing?
your wrist.
Yeah, I'm holding my wrist, I'm using my body to hit the ball. So let me show you an example. So 103 yards.
Right. And that still stopped very well. Does that mean when we're doing 60 to 120, we're probably going to be mainly using two clubs to cover this distance?
Yeah, usually 60, yes, 60, 56, and then gap wedge for up to like 95 to 120.
Okay.
You can go with gap wedge.
Right. So we have to practice these two clubs with these two distances.
Yes. Should we start from the 60?
Sure.
And then gradually go up?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. So 60 yards, I go with same technique as my chipping and pitching. So I always open my stance. So my ball position, usually in the center of my stance. So I know that a lot of people like to put the ball at the back, so they can compress the ball better, but you have high chance that you're gonna start topping a ball like this, so, or sculling a ball. So you don't want to do that. So put the ball in the center, open your stance, Then with 60 degree, I still choke it down, 60 degree. And for 60 degree, I go 3/4 backswing, and then I use more of a hinge and hold technique. Hinge my wrist, I hold my wrist, and turn my body.
Right.
So when you do this, it gets very hard to brush the ground because you're holding on to this angle. If you start early extending or standing up through the swing, you can't even hit the ball, hit the ground. So I want your body to chest to face down and try to cover the ball like this. You see how long I'm staying down through the ball? 1, 2.
Right.
I'm staying down, right? So for 60 yards, I go 3/4 backswing, cover the ball, and I go high follow through. High follow through.
Is the reason that you're opening your stance to allow you to have a steeper swing? Is that the reason?
Yeah, steeper swing, and it gets easier for me to open and open my body through the impact.
Okay.
You don't want to get stuck when you're doing a wedge shot. It makes it easier for me to come down in a steep angle, more over the top, out to in, and hit down.
Right.
You see my hands are exiting left. But if I square the setup like this, it gets really hard to exit left.
I see.
Yeah.
And that's exiting F and all of that is just to create steeper because it's harder to compress at higher lofts.
Yes. It gets hard to hit the ground, right? So that's why I want you to cover the ball with your chest. And we need more backswing though. So up here. 3/4 backswing. And then hold the angle, cover the ball with the chest, compress it, and then going up here. You see, we didn't do any wrist rotation there.
Right.
We didn't do any of this.
Yes.
Keep it in front. So keep the club in front of you every time. Keep the club in front of your belly button every time, like this. Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's give it a try.
Okay. That's the shot that you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Open face.
Yes.
It's one of the reasons you're not opening your setup. You're square to the target right now. You're only doing this. So open up your setup a little bit more.
It feels a little bit scary to open the setup that much.
Yeah.
But I just have to trust it.
Yes.
Okay. I'll trust it. So is this open enough?
Yeah. Open your right feet too.
This?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
both
yeah.
ways are open.
And then chest spacing more. Right here. And you're a little bit too close to the ball.
Okay.
So stand a little bit farther. Okay, good. And your club face is too open.
Okay.
So square to the target. Yep. Okay, that's better. So yeah, it wasn't closed face, right?
Right.
No, it wasn't open to the target. Okay. So yeah, you carried it 55 yard. It rolled out.
When we're doing this wrist hold, it'll just always have a tendency to go right. And that's why we're mitigating it by starting
getting
more
your
left.
club pads a little bit more over the outside in. And then you still need to close the face. You cannot get the club face open like this. You gotta either bow the wrist, but do not close the face by rotating the wrist. You never want to use any wrist rotation during the wedge shots.
Is it the reason that we hold wrists instead of releasing for consistency?
Yes, for
Okay.
consistency.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go 70 yards.
Quick pause. We do things differently here. We don't sell courses and we don't hide great coaching behind paywalls because everything we teach on this channel stays completely free and that's never changing. If you want to help keep it that way, join our YouTube memberships where you'll get access to our private community, member perks, and you'll be directly supporting free education for people everywhere. Now back to the video.
Now I'm getting my legs slightly wider. And then now I grab my club a little bit longer. Then same swing as the last one. So only thing that's changing, grab it slightly longer. And then wider stance, 3/4 back swing, and then more body swing.
How do we know when we're supposed to start closing our stance and more into neutral? When does that happen?
Any wedge shot, even when you're doing a full swing wedge, you want to be opening your stance.
Okay.
Any club that says W. or
W?
Wedge. Oh, any wedge.
Huh.
Up to pitching wedge.
Okay.
So pitching, if you're doing a full swing, you can open it a little bit less.
Right. And again, with the goal of having more compression and steepness.
Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna go up to 80 yards. 80 yards, we go little bit wider backswing. Now we're doing a backswing. I like to go full finish. So same 3/4 backswing, same swing as 70 yards, same backswing as 70 yards, 3/4 backswing. But instead of stopping here, I'm gonna go all the way to finish. So you see, I went all the way to finish. That was around 85-yard carry. Yeah. So all I did was change my finish.
Right.
And then 90 to 95 yard, that's just when I go just full swing. Full backswing, not 3/4, and then full finish.
Right.
So
Still with your stance open.
Oh yeah. So here. Oh, that should be around 95. Oh, 99. Okay.
So I can hear that you're swinging decently hard, but yeah, there's no compression on that ball.
Yeah. You could feel it.
I can
You
hear it.
by the sound,
I
right?
hear it sliding off. Yeah.
So that wasn't a perfect shot. It kind of rolled off the club face, so it went a little bit too high. That's why I don't recommend most of my students or anyone to do a full swing with the wedge. Yeah,
So
it's really hard.
when it's starting to not compress enough is when we should club up.
Yes, that's when I grab this club. I have a wedge.
A wedge?
Yeah, a wedge is gap wedge.
Oh, okay.
And then instead, remember 100 yards, I just choke down a little bit and do more control swing. Like this. So much. You can feel you can hear the sound of compression there. Right? Oh, that went a little too far, but because I closed the face a little. But yeah, I'm way more comfortable doing this shot than any of the full swing with the wedge. So I'll grab it, choke it down. Yeah, that was so much easier to control. So we're going to 100 yards to 120.
Okay, so I'll hit right now.
Yep.
So 100 is just a controlled open stance
Yes.
and still high follow through.
Yes.
Okay.
Open your stance. Yep. Oh, that sounded really good. Just got that club face a little bit open on that one. Okay, let's try 2 more. Let's do 110 now.
Okay. So a little bit open stance, a wider stance.
Yeah. Nice. How do you feel when you're doing more control swing?
How do I feel?
Yes, that was 106. Good.
It feels like I'm just trying to lock everything together and just
It's
rotate
less-
with my chest.
So you more using a chest than compressing a ball instead of using too much wrist and
Right.
arms, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 120.
Okay.
So still open the stance. Ball position is good. Okay. All right, that looks really good. 115. Perfect. Good.
Pretty
talk.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
That's how you
hit 60 to 120.
nail the 6120. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and check out our next video over here.